Welcome back to Out to Lunch with William Shatner of Star Trek, T.J. Hooker, and Rescue 911. Mr. Shatner will have the very adventurous miso marinated Chilean sea bass if you think that's delicious.
Probably one of the most popular items on our menu.
Can I call them or what?
Imagine her saying, no, I don't think that's very good.
On national television. Yeah, okay, good. And I was, going to really go crazy with either some shrimp and chicken ravioli or the grilled chicken breast and vegetable tempura. No, that is fried. You're right, that's fried. But the grilled chicken breast.
Yeah. Vegetable tempura is lightly fried, has a very delicate batter on it.
No, we should just stick. We should stick with this. I'm going to have the shrimp and chicken ravioli.
Yeah,
I'd like my
excellent.
sauce on the side.
Sauce on the side,
Yes.
no problem.
Why? Apparently that's a safe thing for me.
No, perfect.
Short of sucking your thumb, that's it.
Okay. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Do you feel sometimes maybe you missed your calling? That maybe you should be actually the host interviewer?
No, but I did a lot of interviewing for this book that I've got out there called Get a Life.
And you liked that, didn't you? I mean,
Well, I love the art of interviewing.
Well, what I can tell about you is that you're curious.
I really am.
You're curious about things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it takes.
Yeah, but it also takes perception and empathy
Yes.
and good batteries in your tape recorder.
Yeah,
because your biggest fear is your tape recorder is going to run out.
You'll forget
And you have this great interview, which has happened, and you look and it wasn't on the tape. And you can't go back.
No, you can't. And you want to remember it exactly.
Well, you got to remember it exactly, or you want to play.
Yeah.
It's just that's the nightmare. The batteries go out.
This book, it's actually here on the table. What a coincidence. Get a Life. Where did the title come from?
Well, some years ago, I did a sketch on Saturday Night Live, which ended telling the gathered Trekkies to get a life. And that seemed to have resonated in the country for a while. And get a life became an expression.
Right.
And when I went to write the book, I thought that it would be a legitimate title, in that it was all done with love. This book is really a loving tribute to the Trekkies and to people who are so fascinated by so fascinated by science fiction.
Sure.
That they stand in line for a week to get tickets.
And we're fascinated by the people who are fascinated to do that.
I agree. So suddenly one day the light dawned, and I thought, who are the audience? Who is the audience? And I tried to make that investigation. And I came across some fascinating people and some funny things happen along the way. So the book is humorous, the book is fun, and it tries to make an observation.
So that's the basis of the book? I mean, it really isn't your memoirs. It's not a book.
It doesn't have anything to do with me, except that I went from not knowing who the audience was, and looking a little askance and a little with some apprehension, to, wow, these are neat people, and they're there in a fraternity.
A lot of people who have become famous because of a certain role or a certain show tend to, at some point, almost want to push that away. Hey, that's not me anymore. That's not what I do. They don't embrace it. And yet, you do just the opposite, which I think is a great thing. I mean...
Well, thank you. I did in effect an investigative book here because I like the idea of talking to these people and exploring their minds and finding out what they were about, what they were doing. Star Trek gave me the opportunity to talk to people whom I haven't met and learning something about them and being able to write it down.
When we return, Bill fills us in on close encounters of the fan kind.
It was so fascinating to me. I spent many hours taping her, and to the point where I thought, wow.
You won't want to miss it. Chai of Venice, where we're out to lunch with Star Trek's William Shatner and explore on and off the screen. That looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You do large bites. You do larger bites than I can do.
Bigger face. It's very good.
Is it good? It looks delicious. So I should try yours before you try it.
Absolutely.
And given that it's seafood, that's very, that's a
Grab something right in there.
Right in here. Doesn't that look good? Nice and meaty.
And get
A little bit of that
the little that
sauce?
sauce, that miso sauce.
Okay. Now there's a nice little Suzanne bite
Perfect.
right there. There goes. That's delicious.
Okay. And that's fish.
No,
And-
no, that's Chilean sea bass. Yeah, I enjoyed that.
I wonder if they get them
Thank
off
you for
the...
letting me share that.
Well, you're welcome to try more.
No, thank you. That was delicious. And feel
I
free to
wonder,
jump back in.
I wonder if Chilean sea bass does really come from the coast of Chile.
I don't know. I guess to be honest,
This is great.
it's well done. We've depending on where you get it and how they prepare it, it can take on so many different tastes.
Right.
And I think one of the things, and you're going to notice a trend here with me, I enjoy about it is the texture. Texture is really important to me in determining whether or not I like a certain food. And it melts in your
How
mouth.
about in a love relationship? Is the texture of the man's skin?
The way it feels? Yeah, sure.
Yeah? It's everything, isn't it?
Texture is I'm a very sensory person.
Right.
You know, I think it's just another, yeah.
And it
exactly.
is very, very important. The sense of touch,
Yeah.
the way something tastes.
Absolutely, and
way it feels
true.
in your mouth.
Even just taking a bite of your seafood is not, your fish is not just that. It's the creaminess around it, and it's
Right.
I think we just need to change the subject. Back to the book. Is it just me, or is this going somewhere that maybe it shouldn't be going? So, where was I?
In orbit somewhere.
You have a great composure about you. Yeah. And I bet throughout the years you've met some amazing people. I mean,
No more than just in this moment.
aw, listen to that. Flatterer. When you were doing your book interviews, there were a lot of fun moments in there and some humor. But I was struck by a particular section about a woman who has multiple personalities.
Oh, yeah?
And this is a legitimate, true story.
No.
And some of those personalities are characters from Star Trek.
Right.
I mean, she literally, among her
She had a
personalities.
terrible childhood.
But it's true.
She had a terrible childhood. And as a result, her personality fractured.
Yes.
And in an effort to hold
Which
it
happens,
together,
yeah.
I'm told that these shards of personality assumed other personalities, assumed entities.
With purposes. To protect. To help get through bad things.
That's exactly right. So she could hide behind this.
Right.
And out of self-protection, the mind went that way. And 3 of these personalities, bits of her personality, were the 3 leading characters in Star Trek. Spock, McCoy.
I had never heard of such a thing.
Neither had I.
Yeah.
It was so fascinating to me. I spent many hours taping her,
Really?
and to the point where I thought, wow, there's a book in this character, in this person that I was interviewing. And I sought to go further than just the chapter in Get a Life. And she was apprehensive about that, and I had to back down. I think there's a wonderful kind of interesting story there.
Very unique.
Very unique.
Right.
But the chapter that I do have on her in the book is in itself carries some of that uniqueness.
And you spoke with her as she was in one of the personalities of Spock.
I spoke with her in her in the 3 versions of the Star Trek personality.
What was that? What was it like?
Well, I saw not as violently as, say, the 3 Faces of Eve. There wasn't that
Right.
variation, that
Right.
dramatic variation.
But were there physical
Oh yeah,
things that happened?
She came out of it. She was clutching a teddy bear, and she would hide behind the teddy bear, and then out from the teddy bear, it emerged this other personality.
Wow.
It was a wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went, wow. And her therapist was there at the same time. I was being guided so that didn't go too far or too fast.
Still to come, Bill leaves me speechless.
So how do you really feel about it? That's good, huh?
And he remembers a fan who left him overexposed.
I didn't say Get a Life to this woman that stole
Author William Shatner